What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dive Time. You know what time it is. We are in Key Largo at the USS Spiegel Grove, the second largest ship in Florida right now, you guys. This is me. This is Henry above me right here. Yeah, check it out. I'm Justin Tyme. You're staring at me right now. It's my fancy mug. Right now we're diving on the JJ rebreather. We have bailout for 24% nitrox on both sides, side mount bailouts. We have the Seacraft Go, and right now we're going with a Hero 13 and a Hero 10 on the left side of the shipwreck. We are going in what's called the Traverse right now. This is Henry, aka Senior Scuba on YouTube. Give him a follow, you guys. And then this is me going into it. This is more of an advanced wreck dive as well, you guys. This is not for open water or recreational wreck divers. This is mainly about 30 minutes of overhead environment, and it's very confined. For side mount tanks, I don't know if you see me right now, I'm getting adjusted. What I'm actually doing is pulling my tanks up underneath my BCD. That way they're not banging on the side the whole time. I'm trying to go through the doors and everything as well. There's not a whole lot of kicking going on as well at this point. This is mainly just a pull and glide dive. You'll see me pulling along the sides as well as I can. Adjusting my loop volume, make sure everything's good to go. It can get real silty in here really quick, so you always got to be pretty careful. Try to stay in trim as best you can. Stay high towards the ceiling. And again, we're on DPVs on this one, so things can go bad really quick if you're not paying attention. As you guys can see on the bottom there's a little cloud of smoke. That's just some soot from sitting around for years and years at the bottom of the ocean. You can hear how eerie it is. This is about 130 feet deep, 120 to 130 feet deep. Again, this is inside of the Spiegel Grove. Right now, if we're looking at a map, we would be actually heading north. And we are on the port side of the boat, heading up to the stern. Or the bow, excuse me. Once we actually do get to the bow, it's going to be the captain's quarters, where they'll have what's called the bar room, which is pretty cool. I think in this dive, we actually did find the Sasquatch that they've been hidden inside of this. If you really listen, you can hear the rebreather, the solenoid fires. Super eerie dive. Super fun though. That's the no-go zone. Gets real tight in here. So on a rebreather, we have a lot of time. We have a few different turn points that we can turn on. We have our O2 balance, which is the PSI in the O2 tank. I personally run bar, so what I usually do is have a turn point of our half gas with the O2, meaning that if we get in the water here, I'm going to use at least 100 bar, and then I'm going to turn the dive. In this case, if we didn't make it all the way to the front of the stern without hitting the turn point, we would have turned the dive and just tucked our fins between our feet and pushed our way back. In this one, we're doing fine though. We have plenty of diluent, plenty of bailout gas. Our scrubbers on both rebreathers have about 4 hours, 240 minutes. So we're doing really good on time here. We're just starting the dive. So when I filmed this, I didn't really film this speeding it up or slowing it down. I did real time so that you guys could see what's actually inside these little rooms. There's all kinds of little captain's quarters in here. Lots of room for storage and food storage. And you'll see we'll come up on some of the heads, some of the bathroom heads for the crewmates when they were on this ship. So as we're going through, it's mainly just different rooms. If we were to look at the actual layout of the ship, you can see it's long corridors on each side. There's definitely a lot of debris. Again, the no-go zones are down there. That's what we call them, but we also have the mechanics room, which will be on the 3rd floor. Hits 130 feet at the very bottom. That is a vertical shaft. One of the many vertical shafts that goes straight down into the depths. Now when you do your advanced rec, this is one of the, we call it a circuit they'll take you on. That's me driving the old scooter on low speed. Nice and tight areas. Super eerie. As we get back in here, I want to do less kicking and try to stay on my throttle a little more. I have a dry suit on in this case so that I can put air into my feet and keep my feet nice and high so that we're nice and horizontal in the water. Anytime you're kicking, you don't want your fins to be kicking up and down. You don't want any flutter kicking so that you're kicking up the soot on the bottom. You want to try to remain in trim the whole time and use what's called a modified frog kick. This is going to make it so that we're not kicking all the silt up and you can actually enjoy the dive and see the heads. So at this point, you can see there's more and more debris starting to show up. I really got to squeeze through these little units to get in, but this is the end of the dive right here. This is the stern of the ship. Nice little bathroom area. And then as we come to the end of the traverse, we're going to make our right turn, which is going to take us directly into the captain's quarters at the stern of the ship. Now, if you guys have dove the Spiegel before, you know that you can actually get into the stern fairly easy. You don't have to take the traverse to get there. There is a hole in the front of the stern that you can actually take, drop through the shaft, go to the left, go down these stairs, and it will drop you directly into the actual captain's bar, which you will see in just a second here. So the whole point of this dive is to actually explore the captain's bar. So once we get to the captain's bar, which is in this next room up here, it's more of a milestone for a lot of divers because you've explored the depths of, again, the second biggest shipwreck in Florida right now. Again, this is the USS Spiegel Grove. Beautiful ship. Now we're actually going down the starboard side, and we are heading south from the stern. It's just me and Henry on this dive. There's not a lot of other technical rebreather divers that are willing to go in these spots. Especially with us, me and Henry kind of prefer it when there's less than 3. Kind of helps out if things are going to go bad. It's just going to go bad with you guys, so you should be able to get yourself out of any situation. Again, we have plenty of bailout gas. We're carrying enough for ourselves and for our buddy if needed. So this side's a little different. It's got a lot of holes, a lot of openings. This is earlier I was telling you when you guys are coming in, the big hole right on the stern that leads you directly into the captain's bar. Super easy to get through. This is all nice and open. Nice and easy dive. Sorry about the visibility in here. Tried to go as slow as I could to show you guys everything. So there is still some rope hanging in here. A couple of the blast doors are just sitting on the floor nicely. They make cool little environment for the fish down there when you can see them. This is one of my favorite wrecks. So since it's one of my favorite wrecks, I decided I'd actually cut for just a second on the traverse and take you guys into the center of the ship. So I took you guys a floor down right now, so we are below this doing the traverse. But this is about 2 to 3 weeks later. I'm not on the JJ anymore. I'm on my chest-mounted GBM, and we're still doing the scooters. But we have changed cameras. I'm on the Insta360, and I'm going to take you guys on a quick little tour of the inside of the Spiegel Grove. Let you guys see what it actually looks like from a 3D perspective, and tell me what you guys think. Again, it's amazing in here. Lots of cool things to look at, and this camera just really helps put it into perspective. Now, somebody already came ahead of me and silted everything out. You guys will actually be able to see that diver here shortly. He is a diver with open circuit on 2 tanks. He just seems to be bouncing off the bottom, but it's no problem for us. We'll just keep scooting right along and showing you guys everything. We're just having some fun on this dive, so checking on my open circuit buddy here. We're on a mixed team. We're 45 minutes into the dive at this point. Ask him where he's at, if he wants to go up or down. And he just takes off. Later on, he did tell me that he thought that I told him he could lead, but we were in a team of 3 this time. We had my boy Mike with us on this dive, and at this point Mike was lost. So here I am, just putting my light in the rooms, back and forth, kind of looking for Mike, hoping that Mike sees my lights. Again, you can see I'm just flashing down the hallways. But as always, as you're trained, wait for a minute and continue on down the line. Mike was on his Revo rebreather at this point, so I was not worried about it. We have hours underwater on our rebreathers. Again, this is underneath the Spiegel, a little bit better conditions to look at. Excellent dive. Again, guys, I love the GBM. Great technical exploration, chest-mounted CCR unit. I am actually currently the youngest GBM diver in the world that is certified right now. Fun fact. Gregory, the owner and creator of the GBM, has actually verified that with me as well. Again, gotta say, back to the wreck. We're going into it. This is another hallway, but again, as you see to the right, there's always a way out, right? And so a lot of these wrecks that we do go into, it doesn't really apply to cave because there's always a direct exit to the surface. I wouldn't say direct, but that to me, that's a direct surface. I'm a certified cave diver, and again, I am a DPV cave diver. It means that we can get pretty far into caves and get yourself into trouble real quick. But the point is that I'm trained to gas plan, and I know how to gas plan correctly and safely, so that if I was to do a long, slow swim like this, where we're doing maybe, 50 kicks per minute or less, even super slow, then we can calculate that based off of just numbers on the kick. I do get stuck a little bit here with the two tanks. You can see me kind of turning sideways to get through. I had to really pull myself on that one, but sucks for the next guy behind me. I'm just kidding. Being a silt monkey. So the rebreather, especially the chest-mounted ones, what I have to do a lot of is I will add gas and then vent my mask. Traditional scuba, you really don't have to add any gas. You just basically can vent, and you don't ever run out of your gas volume. Rebreather is a little bit easier, or a little harder. Excuse me. We're maintaining a while. We're maintaining a lot while we're diving at the same time. I really do like this camera. You can see everything. Here comes my open circuit buddy. You can see him. There's Travis. Yep, I can only tell by the bubbles. Look at the bubble. Bubble man. Bubble man. Bubble man. Fun little thing on this dive. I always use my dry suit for buoyancy. I don't use my BCD very much, but I didn't even connect the BCD on this one. So this is 100% dry suit inflation. And again, we're just cruising through kind of the center of the ship. This is the second floor of the middle of it. I took you guys on the traverse here. We'll get back to it in just a second here. So this is kind of the top. It's about 100 feet, 110 feet deep. This is above where we were. The traverse is actually down there. Those are the crane arms. Man, I know I say it a lot, guys, but I truly enjoy having my DPV. I consider it a tool for scuba diving, especially when we're deep diving. It makes everything so much safer. If we have a partner problem, buddy problem, anything like that, we're able to tow him to safety, get him out of safety. You get in a big current. There's so many different reasons I can tell you guys why I love my DPV, but definitely get one, get certified. And if you do get certified, fun fact is you're able to rent DPVs, especially if you guys live in Florida. You'll really be able to start exploring deeper into things. this is it. As you can see, Henry christened it in. That big brown thing is definitely not a piece of coral. But there's Sasquatch for you. This is the captain's bar, aka gay bar. Yeah, as you can see, there's Steph. She's cheesing it up. But yeah, there's Sasquatch. I'm not sure what that is, but there's the captain's bar on the USS Spiegel Grove. Right now I'm just waiting for him to finish stowing that strobe, and he will grab his scooter, stow his scooter on his right hand clip, and then we'll start our ascend. We should be good to go from there. Alright guys, so on our 45-minute bottom time, I think we pushed, we had, as you can see right there, right around 30 to 45 minutes decompression. But that was the dive, Spiegel Grove, Key Largo. I hope you guys liked the video. If you would like, go ahead and subscribe right now. It's free, helps us out a lot. If you feel like you have any questions or comments about the video, or if you would like to get a hold of me and maybe you want to dive with me, go ahead and comment. Let's dive.